Hello, everybody. I hate to break this to you, but our audio quality isn't quite up to our normal standards. You longtime listeners know that Shar and I take this very seriously, as well as the Nerd Party in general. But, things happen, technical difficulties happen along the way. So this is going to happen on episode 404 as well as 405. We had to do a doubleheader this week. So we appreciate your patience with this, and we will be normal quality next week. Live long and prosper.
Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Hello, everybody at home, and welcome to Second Contact, a Lower Decks commentary podcast. I am your co-host, Tristan Riddell, and with me, as she always is
Charlene Schmidt.
And we are coming at you today with an exciting episode called Something Borrowed, Something Green. Emphasis on green, and as Memory Alpha states it, Tendi is summoned back to Orion for a wedding, and you know that hijinks are going to ensue.
Of course. Also, since this is a wedding episode, does that make this the very first, very special episode of Lower Decks?
Maybe. No, because it would have to be one of the main characters' weddings in order for it
Tendy's
to be...
a main character.
But it's not her wedding.
but she's highly involved.
No, doesn't count.
No?
Doesn't count.
Oh, all right, fine. We'll have to wait until one of our main characters has to do drugs and get the lecture or something.
There you go. That's I think that's probably more likely to happen than one of our lower deckers getting married.
How sad is that? They're more likely to do drugs than to get married. But you know what? That's the way this show kind of is. Chances are we get both of those folded in because we got to be extra on Lower Decks.
It's true, and and there's in this episode there's some extra moments, so it'll be interesting.
It sure will. It always is. You want to jump in?
Let's go ahead and jump in. So, if this is your first time listening, we will be doing a commentary on the episode. So we are going to queue up the episode for ourselves. You can do so for yourself if you'd like to, and if you're just driving or walking around, you don't need to. We'll be entertaining either way. So what we do is we prep it up. We cue the episode right after you see CBS Studios production, and then we hit play. We'll give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1. So, are you ready, Shar?
I am ready. Are you ready?
I was born ready. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
So with the music, I thought this was going to be a Klingon ship, but then it turned out to be Orion, just because you have the horns and the clanking.
Sure. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. But no, it's very green.
Yeah.
As Data would say, it is green.
I love how in these episodes, like when we get the Phantom ship, we get to see lower deckers from different ships and different races, and because we saw Romulan lower deckers, now we're seeing Orion lower deckers. It's interesting.
It is, and I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but it's like we're going to encapsulate every stereotype about whatever group we're watching into one scene. So, the Orion, they have to be talking about how they're going to steal everything. And the Klingons had to be sharpening their blades and stuff like that.
It's true. Like this, Lower Decks does try to subvert it uses Star Trek tropes, and it also tries to subvert those Star Trek tropes. But there's always the trappings of the monolithic culture of...
Yes.
Of races in Star Trek. And now, granted, Tendi is an example of how that goes in the opposite direction. Like, they made Tendi to specifically not be a pirate. And this is the whole point of this episode of how, she was born to be in the Syndicate. She was raised in there, but she didn't want to be. She wanted to be a nerdy scientist. Yeah. And that's the whole struggle of the episode. But at the same time, in order to show that struggle, you have to show the monolithic aspects of what we know about it.
Right, which is why we get both. So, for those who are listening to us like in real time, this episode's a little late because life happened. We're actually recording a double header today, and I can't help but notice like your voice is just a teeny tiny bit lower
Just
than it normally
just
is.
just a
Yeah.
little bit lower. Yeah, I was me and my family were basically sick for a week, so you can kind of
Ugh.
hear it in my voice right here.
Yes, it sound yes, you were I'm so glad you channeled George Takei because that is exactly what it was reminding me of.
Okay. Okay, I love George Takei's voice. I really do, but there's many times when he sounds like he has a cold. And my favorite example of
Yes.
this is in Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, where he's lost in the woods with Chekhov, and
Mhm.
he's talking with Uhura, and he's like, there seems to be some sort of blizzard.
Oh wow, that was really good.
Well, I'm gonna utilize this sickness some way.
Hey, yeah, use it to your advantage while you still can. It's a
So we're in episode
gift.
4, and another reference to them being lieutenant junior grades, and so they actually have free time now, where their
Say
job is
what? Oh
actually
no, this
done.
can't be good, right? They need more buffer time? Oh my.
Oh my! So we get to see. Is this the first time we see Orion language written out, like Orion script?
Ooh. I don't know. Like it's definitely much more prominent here than we've probably seen, but I don't know if it's the first time.
So
That's a little hard to tell.
this was I thought a little weird for the captain to come and say like, oh, you've been approved for like shore leave, it's like so you can go home
Right?
without actually going to Tendi and saying like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, how's your relationship with your family? It's like, no, you're gonna go home.
Yeah, it is a very strangely staged scene. One, yeah, why is the captain delivering this message personally? And then also, isn't that normally an XO kind of a duty?
It
Managing time off and duty rosters and stuff?
is very much an EXO thing. I think they tried to explain it away by saying, oh, it's super important that we have good relations with the Orions right now because of X, Y, and Z.
I suppose, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
But no, that should have been a
Like,
ransom thing. You're right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't available that day to record or something. I don't know.
So with this, I like that they had Mariner reference her putting her foot in her mouth with Tendi beforehand about her Orion heritage, because I think that was in season 1, maybe season 1 or season 2, where
Yeah,
she kept making reference to Tendi being a pirate.
right.
And
Yeah, just the Orion stereotypes as we were referring
right,
to earlier. Yeah, yeah, because she had to make a point of emphasizing, "I am not like that" in season one.
yeah, and Tendi was having none of it. So we're seeing Rutherford for the first time. Like, that is that is now
Yes.
a term.
We knew this was going to happen. These two, once they became bunkmates, we knew that, like, one, they were going to be, like, we were going to see this side of them totally buddying up, which is fantastic. But then now we have a name, Rutherford. I
Rutherford.
mean, for life, this is it.
I do like that they had them get along so well, but then of course, because this is a show and you need drama, you need conflict. It's going to be
Right.
there's going to be something. I had no idea it was going to be as silly as who's going to spritz the bonsai tree.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's going to be something like that, though, because they're both such perfectionistic people that everything has to be just right. And I love the fact that they're fighting over who waters the freaking plant because only they can do that correctly. Like, really, guys? Listen to
So we
yourselves.
we find out that Tindy was raised in privilege, and this
Yes.
like that compound gave me some serious Picard Vineyard vibes.
For real, though. Like, it's huge. It's in the middle of this vast field. Yeah, they obviously, like, this is the revelation of just how high up Tendy's family is in Orion culture. Like, she's really played it down this whole time, and now we're seeing the truth.
So this for those of you who haven't seen Star Trek Enterprise, this episode probably doesn't make that much sense to you, because we didn't get any Orions in Next Gen, Deep
Mm.
Space Nine, or Voyager. We only got it in the original series and Enterprise. Oh, I'm sorry, not including Discovery, not
Right.
including like New Trek. Sorry, and so it was revealed in Enterprise that the Orion Society is actually a matriarchal society.
Yes. Yes,
And
it
because in
is.
TOS, it's the whole slave girl thing, they're dancing for them and everything like that. And they utilize their pheromones to control people. But, you know, in Enterprise, it was revealed like, oh no, that's a cover. Like there is no such thing as an Orion slave girl. And it's really just to hijack your crap.
Right. Right. It's all a front. Like, do they do anything straightforward in
Oh,
Orion
I think we
culture? I don't
even,
think they
talk
do.
about that in this scene where they're just like, oh, Orion's like, don't lie. And it's like, really? No, it's not true at all. They lie all the time.
Right? Yeah, come on. I am digging the Orion language, like the writing all over the
It's
place.
very cool. I like it a lot. I really
Yeah,
do. I mean, like,
like
Star Trek is so cool with the visual language.
yeah, aesthetically it's just very pleasing to the eye. I have no idea what it's saying, but if anybody ever actually like if there's an actual alphabet to translate, like I would actually look into it.
Oh, I'm sure there has to be, right? I mean, like with these
Well,
people, like with the
you
crew of,
think?
I mean, with the
Yeah,
people who make the show, they go so hard and so deep into
it's
the lore
true
that I'm sure that they
because
do.
yeah, I mean they're fans just like we are. They just get to actually make Star Trek. So that's true. Now, okay, two Mark Twains. At first, I thought this was kind of stupid, but you know what? The more I watch this episode, the more I just enjoy it.
This part I didn't think was stupid, but we'll come back to that later on. Um, No, I thought this was funny because for some reason, like Mark Twain just struck a chord with audiences in Star Trek, and now it's tradition to have Mark Twain or reference Mark Twain in Star Trek.
It
And
is, yeah. Also, Orion clubbing it reminds me of like Stardust City Rag on Picard. You know, you've got like
oh
that
my
new
gosh,
Vegas, flashy lights everywhere kind of aesthetic.
100%. This is very much that, and I absolutely love, like, one of my favorite moment of the entire episode is the when Mariner says like, oh, I like how they didn't even go for the pun.
Yeah.
like I respect that. Like,
Yeah. Mariner has some fantastic dialogue in this episode. This episode is not about her by any means, but she gets some great zingers in here.
but you know that she would love this opportunity. Like, it's cool that
Oh,
Mariner is involved
totally.
in this away mission because like she feels at home here. Like she's a party gal. She's dangerous. She'll drink and get
Right?
stabbed. So
I love this gag where
okay,
she's going to get stabbed.
it's a really funny gag that she gets stabbed in the same place multiple times.
It does.
But she needed to. Okay, I know it's a cartoon, but she needed to have like a dermal generator, like just like snag it somewhere and then like patch herself up. Even if she put like a band-aid on herself, but she's walking around with an open wound and just
This
acting
is
like it's
true.
nothing. It's so
Like,
weird.
yeah, and okay, this is a knife stabbing, so
A
there should
knife
be blood
stabbing.
everywhere. That's a very good point. Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, I know it's a cartoon. Okay, I know
Yeah.
it's a cartoon.
One thing I do appreciate about newer Trek is in this kind of visual right here, Orions don't all have the same skin color. There's varying shades
Right.
of green, which kind of goes against the whole monoculture thing. Like, hey, there's some diversity. Yay. This is a good thing. It's
Yeah,
about
it
freaking
is nice.
time.
My goodness. I mean, but I guess you could say that even when we got a planet view, like the entire planet is green, the clouds are green, the land is green, the ships are green.
Everything's green.
So they're just kind of running with it.
They really did. So, okay, it's a
Someone wears like a hot
monochromatic
pink and they're
color
like, no.
palette, but all right. And we are back to Mark Twain now. And Mark Twain. Who does the better Mark Twain? Jack Quaid or
Oh man. I don't know. I feel like they're both gifted voiceover artists, but I feel like Quaid might have a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, I have to agree. Eugene Cordero is not bad, but Jack Quaid has a real gift for a variety of voices. As we've seen on this show, he's done
Right.
numerous impressions. Like there was that scene where he does various members of the crew, and he's spot on
Oh
for
yeah,
every single one.
that's right. Okay, so it always confused me because this is such a Star Trek thing where sometimes they get dressed up to go to the
Mhm.
holodeck, and other times they dress like they wear holographic clothes. And to me, I'm just like, why would you ever dress up? Why wouldn't you just do holographic clothes every single time? Like that always confuses me. I know it's for visual business. It's so that you can get funny interactions outside of the holodeck. But I do
Right.
like that they addressed it a little bit with Rutherford saying like, "Oh my god, why are vests so complicated?"
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, is that sort of like their version of enjoying cosplay?
Oh,
So
it
they
would
have
have to
to
be, right?
actually replicate the costume themselves. Oh my.
So I think Mariner called this the Hump Dungeon,
Hump dungeon.
and
Okay, I
I
missed
am
that this
I'm
time.
I'm never letting go of that phrase.
Well, and is it any wonder why she likes it here?
I love that
Just
the men call the pheromones the moans. Like I'm
the
addicted to the
moans.
moans.
Yeah. Oh my
They okay,
god.
so I thought that this was actually pretty tame considering what they've done in the past.
Oh, yeah, this is nothing.
I was
This is
really
just
expecting some crazy over the top stuff in something that Mariner referred to as the hump dungeon.
yeah. I mean, this is true. This is usually like this is their chance to go really super crazy, but so far this season, I don't think we've had anything like really explicitly sexual. Like we usually get that one scene that everybody talks about online like, "Oh my god, I
Yeah.
can't believe they did that." But they're not doing it here.
So this madam of the hump dungeon, I'm gonna keep saying hump dungeon for the rest of
Madam
the
of the
episode.
Hump Dungeons. I love
So
it.
this madam of the hump dungeon, she has fangs. She has literal
Like,
fangs.
yo, yeah, that would hurt.
So, and here we find out that not every Orion woman has pheromones. So we find out that Tindy doesn't have pheromones.
Yeah. Do you suppose that's a part of why she really wanted to get into the sciences? Because she might be a really good fighter,
Mm,
but
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would go that far. I think it's just an interesting thing about this. This again goes against the whole monolithic thing, where like not every Orion female is the exact same or has the exact same abilities or talents or anything like that. So
right.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We learn more about Orion culture in this episode than I think we do just about in any other series. And I love
Oh,
the
by
fact
far.
that we learn about it in this way because you could not do what we're doing on this episode in a live action series. It just would not work the same.
Boimler still has his mustache on. So
Yeah.
so with this alien, because like on the bridge with Boimler and Rutherford, we see this alien. I think we saw this species before. I cannot remember the name of the episode, but it's where
We
Picard
have.
is taken captive and he's locked in a room with other aliens, and they don't know how they
Yes.
got there. And a replica of Picard is left on the Enterprise, and this alien threatens to eat all of them, all of the other people in the room. I'm
Right.
pretty
Oh,
sure
that's
that's the
an
same alien.
early. It's like early TNG, isn't it?
Like it
Ugh.
wasn't season 1 or 2, so it was like season 3 maybe.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It's been a long time since I've watched
This
really any TNG.
this is where I go. This is friggin' stupid. Like
Is this where it gets ridiculous where we have to do cosplay to make negotiation?
this, I love Lower Decks because it bends it bends the rules and it makes Starfleet ridiculous in a funny way where you go like, okay, so this is like, yes, Lower Decks is crazy and the events happen, but maybe not necessarily in this way. That's how you can kind of consider it canon. Blah blah blah. I hate talking about canon, but this is just friggin' stupid. Like, this is beyond the pale. Like, this is not. It's so absurd. It's not funny. Like,
Oh,
I was just
I don't
rolling
know.
my eyes the entire time.
You know what saves it for me is Dawn Lewis doing her Mark Twain impression, which is also very good. Like, she's legit trying here. She's taking it seriously. And I don't mind it as much as you do, apparently. That's
No,
okay.
I friggin' hated it. No. So coming up, in this shot, we see an abandoned Starfleet vessel. Is that the same class of ship as the Raven from Voyager, like the Seven of Nine's
Ooh.
family ship?
I don't know. Maybe, but
I'm gonna have
I
to
can't
look it up.
confirm that.
I'm not 100% sure, obviously, because I'm asking, but I'm gonna have to look up because it looked familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listeners, reach out if you know the answer to that. So there's just this junkyard full of various ships just hanging out in this place. Do we, like, what is the ultimate purpose? Are they just going to be left there forever to do nothing? Or is it like a scrapyard where eventually they're going to repurpose material? What's the deal here?
I think it's probably pillaged ships where they stripped everything else, and where they're just like, we'll just dump them here. Like, we took everything of value, but now we're just going to leave the leftovers here.
Don't you think like you could recycle it through a replicator or something?
Hey, they're pirates. They're not,
Yeah, that's true. This isn't
they're not
Starfleet.
interested in that. Yeah, this isn't Starfleet.
Now, I
Although,
love that we have weird Orion names like De Erica.
and Baert,
Yeah,
that was
and
the
Bert.
dad's name.
Like Devana sounds nice. It's good, but
You're
De
right.
Erica, just you kind of have to stumble on that a little bit. Same like
Yeah,
De
like,
Bert.
it was, yeah, no, it wasn't DeBert. I think it was Baert. So it was like
Oh,
Bert,
sorry,
but
yeah,
just with a little
Bert. Yeah.
hesitation in the middle. Yeah, it's basically because like Vana is not a name. So Devana sounds like something alien. De Erica is that's just Erica with a D at the beginning.
Right.
It's like saying De
It's
Jennifer.
yeah. I was just about to bring up Jennifer. You're reading my mind here. Jennifer the Andorian.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jennifer for a little bit. We actually see her in the next episode in the background, but we
Yeah,
haven't
but
really
we
gotten
really
too
need
much
to
from her.
catch up and like what's going on with her and Mariner? Are they still dating? Are they working things out? Did they call it quits? What's the
Yeah.
relationship status? I'm not on Facebook.
So I just hate everything about the storyline. Stupid.
I mean, honestly, yeah, the B plot is fairly forgettable.
Oof,
But
weak.
the Tendy story, though, I mean, this shines. This is really good stuff.
Yeah, this is nice. It's pretty dense. It's surprisingly dense.
Yeah,
For
it's
what
a
it is.
lot for just like what, not even 20 something minutes of material since you're going back and forth between plots, but
Yeah.
we're getting into family dynamics here and consequences of Tendi making the decisions that she has and why she was so hesitant to see her family. So this is all very, very good stuff.
It's one of those times when I feel like like with the B plot being so weak and the A plot being so dense, this is one of those episodes where you could have just done a straight story. Just do this like just the
Yeah,
Tendi story all the way through, and you
it would have been
probably would have
fine.
been better. Yeah.
Yeah,
That sword is pretty awesome.
it
That
is.
Erica is holding like I'm a sucker for black blades, like black and shiny with little gold trimmings and everything like that.
Oh, yeah? This I did not know about you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like we haven't really reached that part in our relationship, Shar, where we talk about what
Where
kind
we
of
talk about
swords
the
we like.
swords.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Here's our moment. Now I know.
So, so Mariner gets like stabbed a third time from Ricochet, as we missed it earlier.
Yes.
And then later on, we find out that she got stabbed at the reception
Yeah.
off screen.
I did appreciate how they kept that going. Like every time it happened, it got funnier.
So this, okay, like as we were talking about, like, what is this junkyard? Why are the ships there? And so we try to say like, oh, they stripped it of valuable stuff, but Tendy's able to make it work again. Like,
So
really? Like, this has
yeah,
been around
so
since she was a kid, and there's enough dilithium to get it off the ground? Okay.
apparently, this is why I find it so confusing. Is all she had to do is reroute some cables, and then it's sort of operational again.
Yeah. It's a cartoon. I
Yeah,
have to keep telling myself that.
don't think too hard. Just enjoy it. I mentioned
I
earlier
really
that
want to know
Mariner
more
had
about
some
that show.
great lines, but T'Lyn is also just absolutely killing it in season 4 as one of our more mainstay characters now.
We're getting a lot of T'Lyn, a lot. And
Yeah,
next episode, we're getting even more, like even
we
more than what
are.
we've been getting, which is
Yeah,
crazy. I mean, they're going all in on T'Lyn.
they really are. Yeah, which I'm enjoying. How about you?
Yeah, no, I enjoy the T'Lyn character, but I kind of miss my Boymes, my Boymes and Rutherford. Like
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish that there was a little bit more. I feel like we're focusing on the ladies a lot, which is nice, but I want a little bit. I don't want to sacrifice our boys.
Yeah, no, I agree. We like Boimler has definitely taken a step down this
Yeah.
season to let more of T'Lyn in. But yeah, more Rutherford, please. I want to see all of their shenanigans. I
Well,
want
I would love
everything to
to
go
see
wrong.
an adventure with the 5 of them. I would love to see all 5 on an
Yes.
away mission. I know we don't normally see that kind of activity. Like, it usually has to be a special case to see all of them together.
Right.
But
Well,
maybe
you
we'll
know
get
what
that
it's
in the
going to
finale.
be. Every year so far, we've had kind of like the Crisis Point movie on the holodeck.
Hmm.
We're going to have the next incarnation of that this year, right? It's usually about episode 8. So I think we'll get
I
there.
would like to. Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Tickle the Ivories always
Now, this
makes
is
me
the part
laugh
I
and
thought
cringe
was
at the same time.
stupid.
No, I thought this was fun. I thought it was funny because it has no bearing on the plot. It's just them being ridiculous.
Just,
Like,
yeah,
it's not
like,
them
I don't
trying to
know.
convince an alien to leave Starfleet alone. It's them just being silly in the holodeck.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. You picked another thing where you have to wear old timey costumes and wigs again. It's
That's
not
the
the most
joke.
creative. Come on. Yeah, I know that's a stupid thing to get all critiquey about, but for
Oh
all
no,
of the
I'm not
5
going to
seconds that
criticize
we get
you.
it,
I'm not going to criticize you after I just went off on this B plot of the episode. So don't worry.
yeah, well, that's okay. The A plot is definitely a winner. The B plot, it's just
Yeah,
okay. And thankfully, it is the B plot. It is short. It does what it has to, I guess. But yeah, yeah, the Tendi family is what it's really about.
that was our episode. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to go to thenerdputty.com for more. Check out all of our backlogged episodes. You can, marathon Lower Decks and take us with you wherever you go. So please tune in next week as we find out even more about T'Lyn.
Join the revolution. Join the Nerd Party.